For the next 30 minutes, we are in control of your television set. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can make the picture brighter. We can blur the focus or bring the picture to crystal clarity. We can program your VCR. Well, kind of. Well, we're not really sure about that multiple event, multiple date thing. Anyway, we can make you like oat bran. We can run in the house with scissors. We can go swimming without waiting an hour after eating. Don't you try this, however. Clearly, we can do all kinds of cool stuff, like taking you on an adventure. An adventure from the inner mind to DQD, Comedy Theater.
Hello?
Is this Mr. Phil Thomas?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Thomas, this is Debbie calling from AT&T. According to our records, you switched your long-distance service to MCI. I'm calling to see if you would like to switch back to AT&T.
Well, I'm satisfied with MCI, and anyway, I really don't make that many long-distance phone calls.
Did you know that AT&T long-distance rates are actually very competitive with MCI? Plus, of course, you get that AT&T quality and service.
I think I'll stick with the company I have, for now anyway.
We can switch you back at no cost to you. And not only that, if you switch back now, we'll give you your first month's long-distance calls absolutely free.
Absolutely free. Gee, is that anything like relatively free? No, I mean, it sounds like a good offer, but like I said, it really doesn't matter one way or the other which company I'm using.
We'll do your laundry for a year.
Excuse me?
We'll do your laundry free for 1 year. Shirts, underwear, you name it. We'll even match your socks for you. Fluff and fold, Mr. Thomas. That's our motto here at AT&T.
Thanks, but like I said,
Kathy Wilkins.
What's Kathy Wilkins have to do with this?
You'd like a date with her, right? We'll switch back to us, and it'll happen, Mr. Thomas. We'll even put it in writing. I'm a woman, Mr. Thomas. I talk to other women. Do you know what we want? How we think? How we feel? Our innermost thoughts? What turns us on? Mr. Thomas, women want a man with strength. A man who isn't afraid to be gentle and tender. A man, Mr. Thomas, who isn't afraid to switch his long-distance service.
Look, this is getting just a little bit ridiculous. I mean,
My mother needs an operation, really. I'm her only means of support. If I lose this job, I don't know what I'll do or what'll happen to Mom.
Look, lady, I just don't appreciate any of this nonsense.
Oh,
this is
you don't appreciate? You don't appreciate? You smug little bastard. Mr. God's gift to long-distance phone calls. Do you think Susan Morris would appreciate your telling all your friends how you... Now, how did you so charmingly phrase it? Nailed her. We both know what really happened, don't we, Phil, babe? Does the phrase, "This never happened to me before," sound familiar? It should, since according to our records, you've had occasion to say that, let's just say 15 times and leave it at that. I mean, there's no need to get personal, is there, Phil?
You said the first month is free?
Was free, Phil, was free. But that was before you got just a little too snotty with me. But I think we understand each other a bit better now, don't we? I think so. Now, as I was saying, upon switching back to AT&T, you will be billed the nominal fee of $25. Is this understood, Mr. Thomas?
Yes, ma'am.
As to future expenses, we'll just play it by ear and see what we come up with. Bye-bye, and thank you for switching back to AT&T.
The last sketch was brought to you by Alabama. Alabama, where not just lynchings anymore. And now, Dances of the World, Part 1. Tonight, dances indigenous to central New Jersey. Couch dancing.
Hello and welcome to the Politically Correct News, where we keep you well informed of the right things to say.
Our top story tonight, Burger King has come under pressure to change its name because it sounds too sexist. top execs have decided to change the name to Burger Ruler. However, activist groups maintain that the name was still too autocratic in light of the recent democratization of much of the world. In a compromise, the name was to be changed to Burger Prime Minister. However, this sounded too foreign and it didn't fit in the bun. Today, our sources report that in a brilliant move, execs have decided to change the name to Martin Luther Burger King. Remember, folks, she's not ugly, she's aesthetically challenged.
As we all know, the term pet has been replaced with the more politically correct animal companion. In response to this, Pope John Paul II made a statement this week that until a couple is engaged, heavy animal companioning is not acceptable. Remember, he's not fugly, just aesthetically challenged. And now, quick business update. Black & Decker is now African American and Decker. Spick and Span is now Hispanic and Span. And the Whopper is now the Italian Americaner.
He wasn't senile, folks, just reality impaired. In an attempt to broaden the appeal of Rice Krispies, whose characters have been called a Eurocentric collection of oppressive white males, Kellogg's executives have decided to diversify their products' characters. Starting next month, Snap, Letitia, and Jesus will grace the packages of Rice Krispies. Crackle and Pop, seen here with lawyer Alan Dershowitz, have filed a reverse discrimination suit against Kellogg's.
The Marlboro Man, a maverick in the world of advertising trademarks, has recently come under fire for being too macho, too patriarchal, and not nearly sensitive enough for the 90s. Today, R.J. Reynolds officials announced that the Marlboro Man will be replaced with the Marlboro Folks, a lovable, whimsical chain-smoking family consisting of Papa, Mama, Baby Ned, and Popo the nicotine pig. In response to critics' complaints that the Marlboro Folks will attract children to smoking, spokesperson Harold Marcus replied, "You get rid of that damn camel, and we'll get rid of those lovable Marlboro Folks." Joe Camel could not be reached for comment. He's not desperate, just romantically challenged.
Well, that's the PC News for tonight. Good night, and may all your days be unoffensive.
And now, Dances of the World, Part 2. Tonight, dances indigenous to central New Jersey. The Dust Bunny Hop.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to see on TV? Never mind the wussy stuff like Urkel or Canterbury Tales or 9 hours of Gallagher on VH1. That's for knuckleheads. What do you want to see on TV? You want to see Barney explode? We'll blow him up! Drop a pumpkin off the store cable tower? Splat! You got it! The Willingboro School Board square off with Macho Man Randy Savage. We'll see what we can do. But you gotta ask for it. How? Write into DQD Comedy Theater with your request. Send your request too. You asked for it. Care of DQD Comedy Theater, care of Store Cable, 21 Beverly Rancocas Road, Willingboro, 08046. You get a free DQD sticker. And if we use your name and request in the show, you get the greater glory for making the telecommunications industry respond to your slightest whim. That's, yeah, ask for it. Care of DQD Comedy Theater, care of Store Cable, 21 Beverly Rancocas Road, Willingboro, 08046.
When Bob and I got married, we wanted to plan for our future.
Most people recommended stocks, bonds, and real estate, but then we went to a national securities broker.
A newlywed couple came in with some money to invest. I told them about military spare parts. Everyone knows how the Defense Department pays through the nose for everyday tools, but few people realize that private citizens are allowed to purchase these tools from the Pentagon and then sell them back when their value has gone up. The couple was very interested. We decided that a starting investment of 3 nuts and 3 screws was right for them.
Our friends thought we were crazy, but we did as our broker said, and whenever we had extra cash, we bought another screw or nut.
When my father died, he left us some money. We put it all into claw hammers.
Then last year, just after Bobby Jr. entered college, Bob here lost his job, and I was left with medical bills at the same time.
Within a month, we had completely gone through our savings. It looked like we were going to have to take our boy out of school. We didn't know where to turn. I gave our broker a call.
Bob called me early one morning. By now, he was more than just a client. He was a good friend. He wanted to know how much his investments were worth. I called up his file on my computer and told him.
Our broker said that each screw was worth $37 and that each hammer would bring $435. That wasn't bad, but it wasn't enough. Then she said that the Pentagon would buy back each nut for $2,043.
You can't imagine how relieved we were. So we told our broker to sell the nuts and the hammers, and within a week we got a check. It was big enough to cover Bobby Jr.'s tuition, and it paid our bills until Bob found another job.
And we didn't even have to sell the screws.
Smart investing saved that family from bankruptcy and helped their son go to college. And that's what National Securities is all about. Come in today. Even if you can only afford a rivet or two, we value your business.
The American dream came true for us, thanks to National Securities.
The good arms people.
Two pairs of hands. That's all it takes. You don't even have to smoke it. In the eyes of the law, just passing a drug can be distribution. So if you pass it, you'll have to pay a minimum fine of $750, give 100 hours to community service, and give up your driver's license for at least 6 months. But you won't need your license if they send you to jail.
For local news and events that affect you in Palmyra to Burlington, Willingboro to Bordentown, the riverfront, and every town in between, join me on Livewire, Tuesdays at 7, right here on Store Cable Channel 8.
The Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine presents Dr. Henry Heimlich.
Here's how to save a choking victim using the Heimlich maneuver. Feel for the bottom of the rib cage. Make a fist and put the thumb side of the fist just above the belly button and below the rib cage. Grasp your fist with your other hand and press inward and upward with a quick thrust. Repeat if necessary. Remember, never slap a choking victim on the back. It will drive a choking object deeper into the throat.
Rate the Heimlich Institute, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Gotta jump on things, a new place to go, some stuff to see, cool stuff to know. It's you and your buddies hanging out.
We take trips. Hey, check this out.
You got Cub Scout cool, and your end comes to roll. You got Cub Scout cool, and it's in your soul.
Getting it together till we're out of sight. We're sticking with Scouts and we're doing all right. We got the cool. We got the cool.
You got Cub Scout cool.
Stardate 362438. We've just spent 3 days shore leave on Spacey Name 4, and we're setting out for the Vital Space Conference at Cool Sound 2 next month. We've got some very vital information on board, which should play a very important role in our negotiations with the Whoozits. But for now, we'll wander the galaxy for a couple of much-needed break-like time unit whatchamacallits. The much-needed rest is wonderful, and I must say, I haven't felt this good since that little brat Wesley Crusher went off the Starfleet Academy. Acted like I didn't know how to run my own ship, the impotent little runt. Of all the nincompoop, totally obvious suggestions he made, the only right one he made was leaving me alone, the rat's-ass bastard son of a medical officer.
Mr. Data, set coordinates to Starlight 1.
Coordinates set, sir.
Very good. Engage.
Yes, sir.
Oh, not you, number one! Lieutenant Data, engage.
Sorry, sir.
Well, crew, here we go, off into the great unknown. Who knows what wonders await us? Who knows what fascinations are lying out there, anticipating our discovery? Lord, I was born for this. The raw, uninhibited thrill of adventure. Zounds, I feel alive, awake, I feel happy, I feel wonderful, I feel free! Oh, joyous life, I love thee now with pure abundance!
Captain, I feel a sense of joy.
Yes, Counselor, at this very moment, I am the source of all joy. I feel happy, happier than I have felt in a long time.
Yes, you feel happy, happier than you felt in a long time.
Yes, Counselor, I feel happy, so if you'll just...
Yes, I'm sure of it now, Captain. You do feel happy, don't you? I can sense it.
Yes, Counselor, I feel wonderful. Now, if you'll just run along...
Wait. I don't know what it is. I'm sensing a small but growing feeling of uneasiness and restlessness. Are you certain you're okay, Captain? Perhaps it would be better if you talked about it.
Gadzooks, Counselor, must we go through this every time? Look, there's nothing ahead of us. I'm totally relaxed. Really, Counselor, I'm fine.
And you're sure?
Yes, Counselor, I'm sure. Now, I'm sure there must be someone on this ship who must actually need you, so...
Okay, Captain. Captain, you're hiding something. You're uneasy. I can sense it.
Counselor, I'm beginning to get very frustrated.
It's frustration now. Everybody, something's wrong with the captain.
Shut up!
The frustration is growing.
Shut up!
It's anger now. Deep, dark, seething anger.
Shut up!
Oh no, the captain's such a turmoil.
There, Counselor, there! Yes, I was feeling very frustrated, but I'm all better now. Number one.
Yes, sir.
Take the Counselor down to sick bay. Perhaps Dr. Crusher can revive her.
Actually, sir, it might be easier if I took her down to my quarters. I can revive her there.
As you wish. Yes.
Captain, is there a problem?
Oh, it's you, Guinan. No, Guinan, there's no problem.
Are you sure there's no problem, Jean-Luc?
Yes, Guinan, I'm sure there is no problem. I just strangled my last problem into unconsciousness.
I'm not talking about that problem. I'm talking about the other problem.
Other problem? What other problem?
The one Data's going to tell you about in a couple of seconds.
Captain, there is a problem. My sensors indicate a Romulan ship in the immediate vicinity, and it appears to be... approaching.
I hear you, Data. Number one, to the bridge. Lieutenant LaForge, run a complete physical breakdown of the ship's inverted power flex capacity and run a complete depth scan of the ship's weapon systems. Oh, and, Geordie boy, it's 2 o'clock. Bring me my tea, will you? There's a good bell.
Captain! I came as fast as I could. What seems to be the problem?
Well, number one, it seems we're being pursued by a Romulan craft.
I swear, the princess and I were just friends, and if the kid looks like me, it's only a coincidence.
Number one, we settled all that last season, so spare me your cheap and transparent denials. Now we are being pursued by another Romulan craft, and we better come up with a course of action and fast. Lieutenant Worf, any suggestions?
Captain, I feel we should open fire immediately and blow the sky. You know how I feel, Captain. It would be better to let the Romulans rip off our heads and down our necks and die in battle with honor than to surrender in disgrace to a bunch of dressers.
I take your meaning, Lieutenant. Any further preferences?
Oh, yes, Captain. Before we enter this last and glorious battle, I would prefer one last meaningless overnight tryst with a large white woman.
Ah, I take your meaning, Lieutenant. Yes, I'm sure I speak for everyone here when I say that we all miss the very special services of Lieutenant Tasha Yar. But we mustn't think of that now. For now we are in a jam from which we must extricate ourselves from, which...
Captain, the Romulan ship is hailing us.
That's very nice, Lieutenant. Be sure to send them my regards. Problem from?
Captain, I believe they wish to speak with you.
Oh, right. Now, on-screen data.
Captain, I am not able to put the Romulan captain on screen at this time.
Data, put the bloody Romulans on the bloody screen.
But Captain, that is not possible.
Now, Data.
Captain, I am not able to put the Romulans on screen at this moment.
Data, why can't you put the bloody Romulans on the bloody screen?
Because you have the remote, sir.
Data, don't be ridiculous. I gave you the remote last time.
Captain Picard of the Spaceship Enterprise. So nice that we meet again.
Well, if it isn't my old friend Mick Gruel. So tell me, Mick Gruel, why are you pursuing us? And what are your intentions in doing so? And how are the wife and kids? And does your chewing gum lose its flavor on the bench?
Silence, Captain! Cease your incessant worthless chatter. The reason for which I have come is simple. I wish to strike with you a deal.
Deals? We don't deal with terrorists, Mick Gruel.
Oh, come on, just this once.
Very well, Mick Gruel, in the interests of diplomacy, I will hear you out. But mark my words, Mick Gruel, my watchful eye is on you every moment.
Sir.
So, where were we, Mick Gruel?
The deal, my good captain, the deal. Now, dear friend, I wish to propose a barter that I'm sure you'll be quite interested in.
I should hope so, Mick Gruel. I'd hate to think that you came all this way for nothing.
Captain, you have such a delightful sense of humor. Please let me know if you ever intend to use it. Now, on to business, shall we? I understand that you have in your possession certain vital information concerning next month's space conference.
Well, maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
Well, in any event, I have in my possession a certain friend of yours who would bet his precious little life that you do have that information. That is, if he had the choice to place that bet.
Mick Gruel, what on earth are you talking about?
Help me! Captain! Help!
My God, it's the boy! Leslie Crusher! Red alert!
So you see, Captain, the deal is simple. You give me the information, we give you the boy.
We give you the information and you give us the boy?
Wait! Are you bluffing? Mocking me with your laughter? Surely you must realize if you fail to deal with me, the boy will die!
If the boy's so great, let him figure out his own way out of this.
Oh yeah! Commander! I know a way that we can destroy the Enterprise!
Get away from me, kid, you bother me!
No! But all we have to do...
Silence! Can't you see you've outlived your usefulness?
But all we have to do...
Quiet! Hold this! Poochie! Picard, once again I misjudged you. You have my sympathies. But wait, the dealing's not over yet. Tell you what I'm going to do. You give me the information, I'll give you the dead carcass of Wesley Crusher, plus your choice of either what's behind door number 1, curtain number 2, or whatever Jay has here in his little box. Come on down, Jay! Well, what shall it be, Captain?
I don't know, Mick Gruel.
I'll throw in a dinette set, your supply of tunnel wax, and a heaping helping of rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat.
Hold on now, Mick Gruel, just a second. I'm willing to take suggestions from the crew. I'll go it alone.
The box.
I'm keeping the information, Mick Gruel. No deals.
Picard, you don't know what you're saying. I'll give you a gift certificate from a steel catalog.
Take him off screen, Data.
The Marco Fu dehydrator.
Now,
Bloody hair flapper. Cash
That's better. Everything's back to normal. Data, resume course for Starlight 1. Well then. Everything's quiet. And I'm happy again. Lord, I was born for this. The universe is my oyster, and there's nothing to stop me from slurping it down. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Captain, I'm sensing a feeling of joy.
Next week on Star Trek The Next Generation, Captain Picard is possessed by a glowing red light that makes him incontinent.
Seems I go number one.
Next week on Star Trek The Next Generation.
Dances of the Galaxy, Part 1. Dances indigenous to the United Federation of Planets. The Klingon Polka.
Marzę i wciąż myślę, a żeby raz pewnego dnia zakochać się w polskim kauboju, żeby konia gitarę miał.
Bud Light went to Baghdad to see what their favorite beer is.
Aye! Bud Light and Allah are great! Bud Light and burning the American flag!
We like Bud Light with car bombs and Scott missiles!
Bartender, give me a Bud Light or I'll report you to the People's Tribunal as a lackey of the great Satan America.
Okay, now it's time to winch up the credits here. Dang. Oh, man, it's a little rusty. God. Okay, here we go. Oh, man, this is murder. Wait a minute. Oh, script, jeez. Oh, God. Damn, here we go. Oh, man, my tie's stuck. Oh, God, get out of it. Oh, yeah, it's ruined. Okay, we're almost finished here. It's slipping. I can't keep holding it. Oh, God. I can't keep holding it.